Protecting a family's financial welfare with life insurance is one of the most important decisions clients will make, and understanding how to explain other insurance policies is crucial to helping clients through these decisions. I'm Patty Perez, National Sales Manager of Life Marketing, and today we are going to discuss how to break down an indexed universal life insurance policy, one of the fastest growing insurance products being sold in North America is Indexed Universal Life, or IUL. It is a product you will come across while at the kitchen table, and being prepared to discuss it with your clients is important to your business. IUL has been marketed as a product that is comprised of two elements. The first is a permanent insurance policy that will pay death benefit whether you die young or old. A permanent life insurance is priced so that there's enough money to pay death benefit to everyone. The second element is a cash value account from which you can borrow your own money, tax-free, but not interest-free. The more the insurance cost, the less can go to that cash value account. We will walk through the top drawbacks for this product for most consumers. The first drawback of this product is the high cost of insurance. The client needs to remember the first purpose of life insurance is that it's supposed to be used for income protection. The problem with any type of cash value policy, especially IUL, is a client most likely cannot afford the full amount of protection their family needs. So, the next time you're in a situation that a client has an IUL policy, be sure they understand the cost difference between IUL and term. Now, if I were talking to a client, I would ask, wouldn't you agree your first responsibility for your family is to have all the coverage you need? The second drawback of IUL is its complexity, and complexity does not favor the buyer. IULs have many moving parts and an abundance of administration fees, management fees, and charges, making it difficult to truly understand what you are buying. Not only are these fees confusing, but they can also be substantial. The best way to illustrate this is to go through the policy and follow the money trail. Typically, the fees are paid first, then the cost of insurance, and after everything else is paid, whatever is left over is then put into the cash value account. One of the things we always teach our clients is to pay yourself first, and IUL does not follow this philosophy. The other area that complicates these policies is some of the benefits and features are not guaranteed and are subject to change by the insurer. Typically, on IUL policies, the insurance company has the right to change the caps on growth of the accounts. We will talk more about that topic in a few minutes. The company can change what a client may think they have. So, not only could IUL policies be more expensive than term insurance and confusing, but they could also be unpredictable. Once again, after showing a client about the complexities of an IUL, I would ask, now, Warren Buffett, the famous investor, has a philosophy to never invest into something he doesn't understand. That philosophy has served him well. Don't you think you should use that same advice? The third drawback I would like to highlight about how IULs work is their rate of return. The way these policies were sold led to a change in the law for most states limiting the way they can be illustrated. They have historically been sold illustrating that the client gets the upside of the market with a guarantee from the insurance company. Here are the challenges. They were sold showing these high rates of returns from the index, and the policy needs these returns to pay for some or all of the future annual cost of keeping the policy in force. In addition, these policies don't discuss the details of how the index really works. First of all, the client's money isn't invested in the actual stocks. Because of the conservative investment strategies that must be used in the insurance company's separate account, the premium is invested more heavily in bonds. Since the investment is not in stocks, these policies exclude reinvested dividends when calculating the interest they pay. This is one of the ways that investments grow in any fund. The company also puts caps on how much money they will put into the client's account. That means if the cap is, let's say, 10% and the index grows by 15%, the client only gets the 10% growth. The fourth drawback of IULs is that it may not be their best option for a retirement plan. So many of these policies are sold as an investment, and that may give the clients a false sense of security. In some markets across the U.S., I have heard insurance agents use the term, "this falls under Section 7702 of the IRS Code," to make it sound as if it is a retirement plan. Let's get one thing straight. All Section 7702 is referring to is a section of the IRS Code that talks about life insurance. I love the search for Google when you search 7702 retirement plan. 7702 is a section of the Internal Revenue Code, the tax code, that addresses the tax rules surrounding life insurance contracts having a cash value component to them, and in no way can they be construed as a retirement plan. I'm sure our Canadian friends have heard something similar related to the CRA. Insurance agents may use fear of taxes to sell a client on the reason to own these policies and to add money to these policies. Agents could prey on the client's lack of knowledge to give up the true growth potential of being in the market in exchange for the ability to take advantage of the tax rules surrounding cash value policies during the accumulation phase of their wealth. I don't know about you, but I would rather have a lot more money which may be taxable than a small amount of money that isn't taxable. Remember, the clients may still use an actual retirement plan that was designed by the government, such as an IRA, a Roth IRA, a 401k, a 403b, or in Canada, an RRSP or a TFSA. Theoretically, the only client who should even consider these IUL products are the ultra-wealthy who have exhausted all other tax advantages. With all of that being said, if you just read the contract to the client, it shows there is generally no cash accumulated for the first few years. You have to borrow the money, and if there isn't enough money in the policy, it will lapse. My challenge to the client would be, does that sound like a wise use of your money? In my opinion, you can add all the bells and whistles on a bad car, and it still doesn't make it a good car. It just becomes an overpriced car with bells and whistles that are not needed. By showing a client how to take that same amount of money they would have used in an IUL and showing them the true coverage they can get with a term policy, as well as investing the difference with the help of an investment licensed representative, is all the proof I need. I would ask the client, wouldn't you agree it makes more sense to buy term and invest the difference than to purchase an IUL?